I always love it when I see that little recording button. Joan here. Welcome, welcome. Mountaintop Musings. So I had this idea come to me in meditation earlier this week to share an oracle card reading in a way I've never done it before. And it's playing with the number 8. We're in the year of 8. How do I get that number? 2024. 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. So you think of an 8, if you put her on her side, figure 8, the infinity symbol. And I like to think of it as lucky, abundant. And guess what? When I'm filming this, we're in the month of 8, in an 8 year. So I thought, well, what might be fun to explore is what can help us strengthen our sense of luck and prosperity and feeling content and fulfilled at the same time. So we feel connected. So how I like to start my card readings is to get connected and grounded first. So then I can make sure that I'm sharing a reading that might have value for you. Otherwise, it's just this. So I need to get really grounded so I can hold this because I don't know who might be seeing this. And I don't know when you might be watching this recording. So if you're at a point where you can close your eyes for a moment, I just want to do a little guided practice. So close your eyes. Place a hand on your heart. And if you want, just relax your lower jaw. And allow yourself to breathe out your mouth. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. No hurry. You're not trying to control your breath in any way. And just remind yourself that you are alive in this moment. And that is something to be grateful for. Now allow yourself to smile. Think of someone you love, a special moment you've shared in your life. Bring it back to your heart and just allow yourself to smile for a moment. Yes, yes, yes. And then just slowly wiggle and stretch and open your eyes when you're ready. Take up a lot of space. And I want to share a deck with you that I've never shared. I've never used this deck for anyone or a reading ever before. And I'm going to have a picture of it. But it's Colette Baron-Reid's book, The Good Tarot. And to be really honest, I had the worst situation with a tarot card reading. There was a woman, right now I forgot her name. There was a psychic in Southern California when my girlfriend and I were in college. And, Sylvia Brown. And coincidentally, Colette Baron-Reid used to work with Sylvia Brown and used to be open for her on the stage when she was sharing readings, which I thought is kind of interesting. But Sylvia gave me the worst reading you could possibly give me, which was such a blessing. It was all dark. It was all trauma. I have never forgotten it. It just shook my world. And I'm so glad that happened. I mean, I'm so disappointed it happened, and yet she could not have possibly given me a better gift, because on that day, I decided there has to be something positive about cards. Why does it have to be negative? So my life, I've always been suspicious of tarot. And there are fabulous tarot decks, tarot readers. It's such a way to learn about history and culture and possibilities. And years ago, Colette created this deck called the Good Tarot. And I went, jump in, this is the time. And I've studied with her through, studied her work for years and years, and have had every deck she's ever made. And I have just brought it down to my very favorites. So how does this helpful for you? So I decided this particular deck works with the four seasons, or the four elements rather. And so I decided to play with the eighth card of each element and see how that could help us in the eighth month. So that's really the focus. The Good Tarot is especially helpful when you feel lost or are concerned about choices you've made or seek greater understanding of your circumstances. It's about recognizing the many forms of truth and seeing the light that accompanies the shadow, so you can help the light increase its brilliance. So this is really about allowing your hands to be on that dimmer switch on the light, so you can turn up the light to see more of what is for you, if this feels good. So let's see the cards. So the first card I picked, and I'm going to try my best to just keep moving on so it's not too long a reading. But I get a little chatty. I have to work on the chatty part. The first card, Strength. The Strength card. The keyword I wrote down is endurance. And so these readings, here's my thought. I want every reading I ever share that it's full of good energy and new ideas. So you have choices. You kind of are exploring new possibilities, so you can try them on like a hat to see how something might feel. And I want to illuminate these possibilities so it's the highest good for all. So it's not just the highest good for you, but for whatever you're choosing to do, that it's for the highest good of all concerned. So number 8 on the Strength card. Strength and endurance. I can go the distance and know that everything occurs in divine, appropriate timing. I have courage as I manifest miracles. When I allow spirit to work through me, I am strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle, inside or out. And if you like, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart again, and just listen. And I'm going to repeat it once more. I can go the distance and know that everything occurs in divine, appropriate timing. I have courage as I manifest miracles. When I allow spirit to work through me, I am strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle, inside or out. Strength, endurance. The 8 of Air, clarity. Why don't we just start off by put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, maybe take a nice exhale. The 8 of Air helps us release from denial, seeing things as they are, clarity. With spirit at my side encouraging me, I open my eyes to see things as they really are. To be disillusioned is to free myself from illusions that keep me from the growth and healing I deserve. So I bid goodbye to illusions that have clouded my vision. Honesty gives me strength and courage to face whatever I have to face. Beautiful. 8. Sorry, I might not have shown you that one. 8 of air. Now let's go to the 8 of fire. Maybe if I put it back here, it's easier to see. Let's look at the 8 of fire. To me, I wrote down is really about celebrating change. So think about, what you have on your agenda for this month, and then look to see, do any of these cards speak to you? And it might just be, it's a key word that you hear one word and you're going, oh, that's what I needed for today. So the 8 of fire is about gathering momentum. We're in the Leo month, the roar, sort of like that, give that person a microphone, stepping forward, shining your light brighter. So this reading is about tuning up that illumination, lifting that up. Celebrate swift changes, travel, and transformation. And if you like, you can put your hand on your heart and close your eyes, or not, just listen. Momentum is building as the power of spirit serves to power this transformation. I am traveling to new territories, and I am eager to experience all that these lands have to offer. I have arrived at my destination, and now the adventure of discovery is energizing me. So this is kind of fun, maybe grab your calendar, look to see what you have in the month of August. But can you see that fire? How that one like fires you up? So if you go back to air, air is all about thinking. And then fire, that's energizes, animates it. It's go, go, go. Now we go to water. The water is about feeling. It's about your intuition, the divine feminine, 8 of water. So you see her back here. 8 of water. This is about the journey of discovery. One second. Hope we're doing okay here. This is kind of wild. It's so unusual to do readings when I don't have a person in front of me. So I'm reading myself. Here we go. 8 of water. Journey of discovery. Letting go and seeking a deeper meaning and greater authenticity beyond superficiality. Well, and we're going into Mercury retrograde, starts on Monday. And that, it's where the mind appears to be going backward, where communication gets a little bit wonky. So this is on a journey of discovery and letting go, seeking a deeper meaning and greater authenticity beyond superficiality. And with what's going on in the world stage, whether it's in the United States, it's politics, it's wars around the world, it's conflict. If there was ever a time for us to be in our hearts and filling up so we can be of service to ourselves, our loved ones, and what matters to us in our life, I think now is that time. We're each being called. And these cards are just kind of giving us a little something to think about. All that glitters isn't gold, and I know that I always deserve authentic riches, the gold that fills me with joy, abundance, and understanding. I fearlessly pause to re-examine where I have been, where I am, and where I might go. Now I consciously choose the path that is right for me instead of the one that seems likely to draw me onto it, or the one I feel I ought to walk. I am true to my heart. I've come as far as I can, and I leave by the wayside the last vestiges of illusion, the last bits of fear and shame. I will no longer hold on to what isn't right for me. Oh, hold on one second. I just saw my computer's running out of battery. Hold on one second. How professional. So obviously that's something that needs to be highlighted. So I'm somebody who pays attention to what are the signs. So just for grins, use this as a teaching tool. Where in your life is your battery a little low and suddenly you look up? It was fine a moment ago, but suddenly you look up and there's a red light, battery low. Where in your life does your battery feel low? And that might be an area to focus on to recharge it. I no longer hold on to what isn't for me. Well, I'll tell you what, I was not going to screw up this video in terms of running out of battery in the middle of it. So fix it on the spot. Oh, and you know something else. I don't do any editing. I don't do any filters. It's just, this is it. It either works or it doesn't. That's just how it is. I'm not fancy. I'm just real. I'm real fancy. All right, so let's get down to our last card, Eight of Earth. Gaining new knowledge, note to self. Charge your computer before you begin. Good point. Let's see how this one feels. Apprenticeship, gaining knowledge, learning and employing a new craft or skill, like doing a card reading on YouTube. Who knew? Even masters of their craft have more to learn, and I eagerly embrace the opportunity to go deeper, develop a greater understanding, and find new ways to apply what I know. I acknowledge all I have learned and accomplished, the skills I have developed, and the goals I have reached. Now is the time to find new ways to apply what I know, to enhance my expertise. My beginner's awkwardness has melted away, and I know what I am doing now. I have the confidence to become more intimate with the work in all areas of my life. Wow, that's a mouthful. Just think about all of those different areas. So for me, I was really afraid of social media. I just kind of found it intimidating. And I thought, how can I be completely vulnerable and real, regardless of what people say or do? It's taken me some time to own and really hold the energy where I could allow it to flow through me. And so I've started doing something for me, which is wild. I've been writing newsletters that I share full of tips for feeling inspired and motivated, letting go of stress, etc. And if you like to read short or feel inspired, if that's something, you know, I'll link it down here. I do a weekly, it's a gift, it's free. I do a weekly newsletter. My wild thing I'm doing is I dared myself to film a video every day and put it on Instagram. Wild. So I'm doing daily affirmations Monday through Friday on Instagram. And they're 40, 50 seconds, that kind of thing, something short and sweet. That's just a little boost for the day. If you find you want a little daily inspiration. And then if I'm really good, I'll get to where I'm doing these something once a week that I post on my YouTube channel, whether it's an inspiration, a Qigong practice. Well, let's do something. Let me just share something right now. So we have all these cards, so we had to focus on noticing our strength, endurance, where are we going? How are we doing with our endurance? Clarity. Are we clear on what we want to manifest this month? It's really important we celebrate the changes we're making. We're on a journey of discovery. This is a new chapter, a new page for the month of August, and we're gaining new knowledge. And what does that allow us to be? Abundant, curious, lucky, from a base of being really grounded in our heart for the highest good of all. So to manifest this, sorry, I had to write down notes. Can't remember all of this stuff. Here was my thinking. When we make changes in our life, we can transform our future. That's why I'm posting these videos. In case there are changes that you want to make, what I'm realizing, the results I want to receive, I can't get them being who I am. So I have to be willing to change. And the changes I'm making are transforming my future so it will be more abundant. That's really the kind of goal of these readings. And what are some ways to play? Sometimes I'm going to say something and you're like, oh, this is just crazy. Don't pay any attention to that. Maybe there's one word that I say that's helpful. Go with that. Use it your way. So with those words and cards, here's a way to play with this. Again, this short meditation. If it feels good, you can close your eyes. Close your eyes and visualize yourself taking these actions. Notice how good this feels, moving closer to manifesting XYZ, whatever you want to manifest. You can see yourself moving forward. You can see yourself enjoying that movement, celebrating the little wins with a grateful heart. Take your time. There is no hurry. Slow and steady progress works. One peaceful step at a time. And if you want, place a hand on your heart, place a hand on your forehead, and just breathe. Ah. So the hand on my head, I like to think about, that's what I'm thinking about. The hand on my heart's what I'm feeling. And here's the secret. Feel it first. Now allow yourself to smile. Back into prayer pose for a moment. Take another breath in and out. Rub your hands together. Just doing this balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain. Do a little wrist shake. You're ready. You're set. Whatever that means for the month of August. play with this. See how it goes. And if you like more things about these sort of like just simple meditation things, little breath work, using your hands for healing and for focus, I share a Qigong practice on Wednesdays. It's 15, 20 minutes long. I record them. If you ever have an interest in that, I should probably leave a link. It's called Ease Please, and it's a practice that I just really enjoy. And it's different every week, but you never know the energy that you might need. So you'd want to tune up head to toe. So you can use these little practices any way that feels good for you. So that's all for now. I need to stop talking. Bye for now. Take good care. I'll do this again. See you next time. Have fun. Let me figure out where we're recording. Oh, there we go. Stop it.